Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and I'm going to be doing a life update video today. It's been quite some time since I've uploaded. I think the last time I uploaded was like a month ago, and it was like the video where I'm like choosing what to pick for the new house. If you guys are new here, we are doing a new build hopefully by the end of this year, if not the beginning of next year. But this video is a life update video. I had some time to answer some questions, and I just feel like doing life update videos are so much fun because I love to talk to the camera, and I don't get to do it often because normally I have the girls with me, but today Brando is actually working and the girls are at my in-laws, so I'm here. I'm gonna go on a walk soon, but I did want to sit down and do a little mini session of like a life update video. So I did ask you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram. I won't be saying like who asked me or anything like that. First question is, how do you feel after having your tubes removed? I think this was probably like the most asked question or like just how are you after it. So I actually got my it's called a salpingectomy. I got my tubes, my fallopian tubes removed last year in December, and so we're in May. It's been a couple months. Obviously I'm fine. I'm fine. I feel good. You know, like physically, obviously there's no more pain. The hardest part was actually just like having the anesthesia like wear off, because everyone knows like afterwards the gas is just like so freaking annoying. But yeah, physically I'm totally fine, with the exception of, and I don't know if it's because of that surgery or because of my C-sections that I had previously, I do sometimes feel like if I get up too fast, or if like I do certain stretches on like the midsection, it kind of like stretches and it gives me like a little bit of pain in like my lower stomach. I'm like, that has to be related to either like the C-sections or the tube removal. So that, but it's just like for like a second, then it just goes away. So I don't know, or maybe I'm just not stretching correctly. And then emotionally, I feel totally fine. There are like moments where I'm like, shit, like I don't have tubes. Like I honestly forget. Like I'm not thinking about it day to day, but when I do like have a moment to like think, I'm just like, oh yeah, like I don't have my tubes, therefore I can never get pregnant again. Unless I do like IVF. It's fine. Like I don't know, like it was just like a conscious like decision that like I made. You know, like afterwards I always ask myself like one question, and it's, okay, Laura, like if you had not had this surgery, like would you like actively be trying to get pregnant right now? And like the answer is always no. Like it's like an immediate no. Just because like I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to go through another C-section. I don't want to go through a newborn stage again. I don't want to do the sleepless nights. And you know, it's crazy because sleepless nights like with newborns, like believe it or not, like that's like one of the number one reasons like moms or just parents in general won't want to have another kid. Like I know so many moms that had like the worst like sleep deprivation because of that, and like it's scary. Like it's so freaking traumatic, and I don't want to go through that again. I'm done with it. I don't want to do it again. Done it twice. This question is, will you continue homeschooling? So I have two kids. I have Leah, who's 5, and then I have Melly, who's 1. Leah will be turning 6 in August. Melly will be 2 in October. So you know, for the last year I did homeschool. I did kindergarten for Leah, and we used the Good and the Beautiful curriculum for her, and I will have their website linked below if you guys want to check them out. I completely recommend them, like 100%. It's so good. Anyway, so no. In short, no. So far it's a no. We are going to be sending her to regular public school starting in August. I think she starts like a week after her birthday. And you know, it's a decision that like, oh gosh, I mean, like, I find it necessary at this point for her. You know, I don't have her in any other like extracurriculars. I don't, we're not in a place to like invest in that. And you know, she has her sister, obviously, Melly, but they're just like in different age groups right now. Like Leia's really into like different stuff and Melly's into other stuff right now. And I cannot like rely on them or on Melly to like be enough to fulfill Leia's social interaction needs. And I know that there's like the argument of like, oh, but like school isn't even a place for them to like interact and stuff. But it is like, that's a pretty like, I feel like it's like a nucleus of like a lot of our lives. And I feel like I find it necessary for Leia to be around kids her age, to be challenged, to be, you know, put in situations where she has to like make friends and all of that, you know, all her life so far, like it's just been like me, you know, and I sit with her through all of her lessons, her assessments, and I do all of that, and I just want to be able to like send her, and she 100% wants to go. And she's been ready. She's been ready for a long time to go to school, and she's told me before. So I, you know, talking to like Brando, like my husband, about this and everything, like he totally agrees. He was on board with me when we chose to homeschool, and I don't regret it. I don't regret doing homeschool because it just showed me that like, even me, that like I'm not like a teacher. Like I have the potential, and any parent has the potential to like teach their kid. And like, because of me, Leia knows how to read. She learned how to read. She has done tons of like math skills, ELA, you know, a few lessons on geography, a little bit of science, but not too much. And I know that she's going to continue to expand like on that, like learning on all her abilities once she starts school. So that's going to be like the start of a new era. Like I said, I mean, she's always been here. She's always been at home. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't agree with a lot of like the school system things. I hate that they have to be gone Monday through Friday for so many hours, but it's gonna be a change, and it's honestly something that just like, it's weighing on my mind. But it's gonna be okay. Like all I can say is that Leia's really excited, and I'm excited to see how much she loves it. When will you start posting regularly on YouTube? Good question. I think for a long time I was like really like, I would post really consistently, and I miss it. I do, but I mean, YouTube is a lot of work. It's a lot of work when you're like really committed to it and stuff, because it can be very like, I don't know, like you can burn out with it, and it's just like it's not my favorite thing. And I think I guess it's tied to the idea that like, since I know that YouTube takes a lot of time, like it really does take a lot of like your time away from like your day, I'm not ready for that commitment. Or I guess I realize I'm not ready for that commitment, especially because I know that Leia's gonna be going to school, you know, in just a couple of short months. And I just want to enjoy all the time with her. And I know that YouTube is going to get in the way of that. If I say, okay, I'm going to start posting like once a week, like it's a lot of time taken away. And not to mention also something else that's kind of tied with it is like, knowing that Melly's like my last baby, like I just want to soak up all the time with her. I want to enjoy all the different milestones, all the different developmental changes, everything that happens. Like I'm just trying to like live in the moment, soak it in, and look at the bright side of like the hard nights, look at the bright side of the hard days and all that, because I know before I know it, those days are going to be gone, and Melly's going to be, you know, bigger, and she's gonna like understand more. And right now she's in a stage where she's very like particular, she's very needy, she wants to be held all the time, she wants to she wants all these things she can't do, and you know, it's okay. Like I'm trying to like even like soak in the tantrums, to be honest. Like it's but because of those reasons, I just don't see myself going back to like posting regularly on YouTube until I feel like more settled. I don't feel settled right now. Like I don't feel settled in this apartment. I don't feel grounded because I know it's not like our long-term place, and that affects like my wanting to even like do YouTube and all that. I will say I miss it though. Like I miss posting like cleaning videos, especially because I clean all the time. Like I clean every single day, so I don't want to not do that, but we'll see with time. Hopefully like once we get into like the rhythm of like Leia and like school routine and all that, like maybe I will start posting again. This is the last couple of questions, kind of just goes together, so I'm going to answer them together. How do you see yourself changing with time? What qualities have you developed? Are you grateful now? Okay, so I'm gonna answer this like, I guess in a broader sense, sort of. So the first question, how do you see yourself changing? How do you see? So these are pretty deep questions. Like these last set of questions, like I had never really asked myself these questions until my friend asked me. So I guess this is, I'm going to like assess myself with these questions. I see myself changing with time, and I guess time right now, like I feel like I'm changing. So I am like a clean freak, right? Like I feel like I tend to want like everything really organized. Like if I see like something messy, like I just immediately want to clean it up. And I do feel like that was affecting like my parenting style. Like I feel like it started to really revolve around just that. Like I was like as soon as there was a spill, as soon as like Melly would bust out like blocks, and if she walked away from them, like my immediate like response was like, go clean it up. I mean, to myself, like I would tell myself, go clean it up. So I would, and then she'd come out and like take him out again. Or for example, like I would have Leia clean her room, I'm not even kidding, like 3 to 4 times a day. Like as soon as she was done playing and we were gonna go do like an errand, I'd be like, oh, before you leave, you gotta clean your room. If she was playing and then I called her to eat, I'd be like, you gotta clean your room though first. And it just became like a really detrimental thing. It was getting old, and like I would fit, like they would do what I said, and then like I wouldn't feel like fulfilled. Why am I doing this? Like for what reason? Like if I'm not getting anything out of it, girls aren't getting anything out of it. It was just becoming detrimental to my health, being so clean all the time. So now I feel like one of the changes I've made is like I just don't like expect them to, or Leia especially, like I don't expect her to like have everything like picture perfect. I let her room get messy. I think like the only really rule I have for that now is before you go to sleep, make sure your room's clean. Like that's it. And that's it. Like it's not such a big deal, but I do feel like it had started to like get to me, and it was not fun. So that's one of the changes that I feel like I've made. Another change that I want to make is losing weight. So after I had Melly, I lost my baby weight really fast, like really, really fast. However, I never actually reached my pre-baby weight, like like what I was before I even got pregnant. I'm not gonna share numbers, but like I was about 10 pounds away from like my goal, my pre-baby weight, and I never lost those 10 pounds. If anything, I actually gained. So I gained weight. I mean, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I eat my food really, really fast. And I think that's a result of like, So back then Millie would take really short naps and I would feel like the need to like scarf down my food, and I would like just be taking in so much air, and I just felt like that was a huge reason. And then also like just I feel like my portion sizes are not good. I have a really big sweet tooth, and I just feel like I've developed really bad habits with food, like really bad. And it's not good. It's not good, y'all. So I think that like going on like a health journey is something that I would really love to do. I have to think myself into like actually doing it. It's hard because when you have kids, like you want to give them your all, and you don't want like any time away from them. You want to make sure that like you're present. And for me, like it's really hard to like go to the gym or go on a walk or anything like that. So like I said right now at the beginning of the video, after I finish this, I'm gonna go on a walk because I feel like I owe it to myself, and I don't see it as like an annoyance. Like I see it as like an opportunity to like get some like natural ass like vitamin D, and you know, burn some calories and be kind of like set the tone for like the rest of my day. Today's Mother's Day, y'all. Like I know there's a lot of people like eating out, there's a lot of people like going, you know, just having a good day, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, like I have the chance right now to go for a walk, and I feel like that's a change that I'd like to make as I go, is just be more conscious of like my decisions, like on what I eat and all of that. It's not fun because I love food, like it's you know. So that's another change that I feel like I could make. What qualities have you developed? So I think I have become a pretty good multitasker. Like I feel like I can really like multitask with a lot of things. Obviously when you're a parent, like you're doing all these things at once, or like you catch yourself doing it all at once, and you're just like, oh wow, like I just did that, you know? So I think that that's one good quality that I've gotten. Another one would probably be like thinking about things better. So sometimes I feel like before I feel like I used to make really like rash decisions, like where I would just like do something without thinking and then I would regret it. And nothing like major, but just like little decisions, you know? And like I feel like as of lately I've been able to like if someone tells me something, like a piece of news, whether it's good or bad, and they need my input, or like they need me to make like a decision on that, like I feel like I've been able to like grant myself like the time to like really decide what I want to do next, like what's gonna be my next step, you know? And I've been able to like think things a little bit more thoroughly, and like hop in the shower and think, and then I'll have like an answer by the end of the shower. Like I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's an example. It has happened several times. So I think like just becoming like a better thinker, I guess, a better communicator. So I feel like I just didn't really communicate my feelings too well before. Like it's taken me a couple of years to like not master that, but just like improve on like the way I communicate things and like the way I talk, especially like about like my feelings or like anything that's bothering me. Like it's obviously like it's not always easy to talk about what's bothering you, but I feel like it's become almost like vital for me to like have my feelings on the table, so that I can feel okay. And it doesn't always happen, right? Because I don't know, it just doesn't always happen. But like I do feel like I've become a little bit more like vocal, like when it comes to like things that I need, you know? Like I'm not talking about like materialistic things, I'm just talking about like things that like I believe in, or like that should be a certain way, when it comes to like myself, my kids, whatever. Like those are like, that's really important to me, you know? So I guess just like becoming like better at like saying things and doing it in like a nice way, in an educated way. So Are you grateful now? Yes. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for like the challenges that like get placed on me. I always know I'm gonna get through it. Like I'm gonna get through it no matter what. Like, you know, and I remember like through my teenage years, you know, when everything seems like it's the end of the world, me and my cousin, we would always talk about this like idea, like it's gonna be okay. Like you're literally gonna be fine. Like it's gonna be fine. And you're gonna move on. Like the sun's gonna rise the next day and it's gonna be another chance to like get out there and do what you have to do, or don't, but like, you know, try and get yourself out of that pickle and, you know, just get through it. And like that's one of the biggest things in parenthood or motherhood, you know, more specifically, is like when you feel like, oh my gosh, it's not bedtime, like what's happening, did like time stop, like it's the longest day in history and this and that, like it's gonna be fine, like you're gonna get through it. And that's what I feel like I'm grateful for, like to have that quality of like it's gonna be fine and having that like better like mental state. I feel like I think a lot more positively now with that. Also just like I feel like I'm more grateful for like my kids. Like, you know, when I just had Leah, like it was totally fine. I was so grateful for those times, but I've also learned that time is like, it just goes by so fast, like so freaking fast. And before you know it, like they just like grow up. I'm okay. They really do grow up so fast. And like, I feel like I'm grateful that I know that, because now, like I said before, I feel like I'm taking in all that time with like Millie, and I'm like just enjoying like even the hardships of it, like enjoying the hard days, like trying to like look at the bright side of those things. Yeah, like it really makes a difference when you realize how fast time goes. And I feel like I'm so grateful for my kids and the opportunity to like be their mother. Like it's, you know. Well, anyways, that's the life update for now. I had so much fun making this. I had so much fun talking to you. Comment down below what you thought, you know, and if you guys are like going through something similar that I'm going through, if you guys agree, disagree with me on anything, I'd love to talk. Anyways, you guys, I will see you back on my channel. Hopefully soon I'll film another like house update video. I don't really have any other house updates so far, other than the fact that they're just like making the house, or they're gonna start building in like a couple of days actually. So that all takes about like 8 to like 12 months or something. So we will see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, clicking on today's video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram also. Bye guys.